Hey, my name's Dee and welcome to Sunchild Tarot. Now this is a general reading for those born under the sign of the ox. And the list of years for escapes me. So I know 73 is one, so 85, 97, 61, I assume. So, being a general reading rules apply. You know, roles can be reversed. Timing's not absolute. You've heard it all before. I would like you to ask a question prior to the reading. So take a moment, think about all the questions that are around you. Pick one, choose it, isolate on it, focus on it. And then be aware of all the others because the cards will answer what they want. But this reading, it's going to be, you'll know if it's for you or not. Obviously, if it's not, then go and look at your Western zodiac signs because with the Chinese zodiac, at least with the Chinese zodiac reading, there's no rising or moon sign that I'm aware of, which is probably my own ignorance of the Chinese zodiac system, but hey ho. You know, what you see is what you get. The playlist for all of these is in the description down below. There's also a link to the Facebook page where that's got its own inbox. So if you want to communicate with me directly and say, can I have a reading? Then yeah, there's the way to talk to me. Also, I post not just these videos, but I post all the astrology videos that I am learning from, you know, like the dailies and the weeklies and the versions of some of the finer points on astrology. So, yes, come and join the Astrology College of D, which is not run by me at all, because I am not an astrologer. I am learning, but you are welcome to join me on the journey. I think that's everything. So, Ox, what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring the cards up and I'm just going to point out a few things to start off with. Right. On the bottoms of the deck, we have the Page of Pentacles. So this is a time to level up. But this is a time to level up which is going to go slowly. You know, there's ideal for an ox, really. Sure-footed, slow but steady progress. We have the Eight of Wands in reverse, and let me see, we have the 9 to the 10 of Cups. So things are getting better. Things are definitely getting better. Now, the 9 to the 10 of Cups, just checking my little booklet because I'm still learning this tarot deck, indicates, sharing one's happiness with family. But having a look at the card, there's definitely just the sense of things improving. So, finally, one thing that you probably did not have on your 2020 Apocalypse Bingo card is things getting better. And that's what we've got here, things getting better. We're starting with the King of Cups. Now, notice there's no water on here. Whereas the King of Cups normally has water lapping at the base of his throne, here he's quite stable, he's quite, so almost I would say he's underwater. I mean, look at that sculpture of the dolphins in his, on his throne. That is more a sort of, I'm the King of Atlantis. So there's a wonderful sense of magic and of dream, of a focused dream and an emotional balance starting this whole reading. But again, the image that we are moving slowly, very slowly, because, well, Knight of Pentacles moving slowly, but that is the other thing that I'm seeing with that Knight of Pentacles, because we immediately go from the Knight of Wands, so it's like slow, 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 vroom, and gone, you know. So because immediately straight after, Knight of Wands with the Ace of Wands clarifying it. So both really fast forward moving cards. So it's something that has taken some time to build, some time to get to where you are right now. Now there's a lot in here about surrendering to, now the first phrase that springs to mind is surrendering to the process. But it's not even that. It's surrendering to the current of the world around you right now, which, with the way the world looks, certainly if you turn on the TV news, is probably a scarier thought than not. But I have something good to tell. God, I sound like a snake oil salesman. But I have something good to tell you here. Because that surrendering to the process is actually going to bring allies to you, people who can assist you. There is luck coming your way with this Wheel of Fortune here, and a burden that I feel that you're only too eager to take on board. Now, do not think that this is without challenge, because directly beneath that we have the Sun to the Judgment card. Remember, in between tarot, so it's like the space in between the two cards. So here we have the Sun going to the Judgment, and this card is called the Awakening of the Angels. And clarifying this, we have number 9 of the Swords. So 9 of Swords, fears, nightmares, stresses, I think the 9 of Swords is one of the worst. Well, that's probably mean. I don't want to say one of the worst cards in the deck. One of the scariest cards in the deck. Because when all said and done, half the time with the 9 of Swords, you're doing it to yourself. Often with good reason, but you are nevertheless allowing certain fears and nightmares to have just that little bit too much power over you. And I feel here the 6 of one and half a dozen of the other, internal and external. It's almost like there is a negative external influence with this card, but you are amplifying it with your whole, oh my God, I can't deal with this thoughts, which is a totally natural reaction, but one where the angels are waking up to assist you with. It's almost like you are heading into... Now, this phrase can be misinterpreted in so many ways, so I'm hesitant to use it, but it's almost like you are heading into a form of spiritual warfare because the battle lines are being drawn. But I want to say that the battle lines are being drawn with regard to your, whatever your project is, whatever it is that you are trying to create, that has been, you know, firmly built. It's got a firm foundation that's taken you a long, long, long time to get to this point. But there's a whole new beginning going on for you at the moment. Now, what was Knight to the Queen of Coins? I did look all these up and they've just like gone flop right out the back of my head as soon as I start intuitively reading the coins. But Knight to the Queen, learning to become self-sufficient. Right. There is... I get it. Right. So there's allies coming in. I haven't even finished that point yet, have I? Allies coming in. We have from the Gateway Oracle, letting go. I surrender joyously to the ebbing and flowing of life. From the Enchanted Map, we have the Magic Stream, which is basically asking you to recall that all the events in your life are connected. I mean, they're certainly connected through you, but there's a weave or a web of destiny or some such. I should be drinking coffee from my Spider-Man mug talking about web of destiny, but there is a weave or a web of destiny, of fate, that is ensuring that you are bringing the right, that everything is coming together. Not that you are bringing, but that you are bringing to the table what you're bringing. In the meantime, there are other people also bringing their stuff to the table, and it all just fits lovely together. And fits lovely together for you in the lines of this dream, this idea, this plan. Yeah, I want to say plan because that Knight of Pentacles, so it's not just a dream, it's not just airy fairy, sorry. I've now got a vision of a little cousin it with wings. But anyway, not just some airy fairy, oh, one day I would like to. No, this is something that you've worked on. This is something where you now have the chance to come together with others. This is what this 9 to the 10 of coins card talks about. I think the exact phrase it used was a success from many contributions. So it's not just you. So whatever your project is, it is not reliant on just you, or you will discover that doing what you want to do is so much in harmony with what somebody around you is wanting to do for themselves that why wouldn't you both work together, and you get your thing out of it and they get their thing out of it. This is really positive, especially at the end. There is a beautiful, I was going to say this to the end, but I can't resist. There is a beautiful, almost hidden symbolism here. 2 pages. Page of Wands, Page of Swords. So, fire, messages, news coming to you. News coming to you in your benefit with that Wheel of Fortune at the top. Information coming to you. But pages are card number 11. So you have 11, 11. Immediately clarified with the 4 of Wands. So it's almost like, with it being the 4 of Wands from the, what's it called? The Secret Tarot, the New Vision. It's almost like everything is behind you receiving and making this commitment. It is the wise thing to do. It's the wisdom thing to do. 11, 11. And then the very shape of the 4 of Wands is 11, 11. You know, you've got your twin pillars there. Now, it's not going to be without a certain amount of struggle, because we have the Fool right in the middle of the deck, right in the middle of the spread, sorry. Clarifying the Knight of Coins to the Queen of Coins, that learning to become self-sufficient card. But it's almost, what I'm getting from it intuitively is it's not just you learning to be self-sufficient. Look at, she's reaching up. I mean, you can tell the superhero imagery is going to come in my head here. She's reaching up to that gown on the half mannequin, and she's holding that pentacle on it, and it suddenly starts glowing. She's activating it, because if you look at this one, no, this side, if you look at this one here, that's not glowing. It's the one that she's touching is glowing. She's activating it somehow. And you are activating exactly what you have been searching for. But, as I said, it's the obstacles that have been in your way, I believe, are falling away. We've got the Tower card here. With this 9 to 10 of coins, this success from many contributions, it's immediately clarified by the Tower, which is supposed to be the scariest card in the deck, but my money's still on the 9 of Swords. But it's almost like there is a dissolution of obstacles that are in your way, again emphasised with this Wheel of Fortune here, and the burden that you choose to pick up. The burden that you choose to pick up is one that you've been working towards anyway. You have been here with this Knight of Pentacles. It's like, can I do it yet? Can I do it yet? Can I do it yet? And the time is really coming. Now, hexagram 13. I normally start with the hexagrams, but as you can tell, oh, I didn't even see that. Quantum Oracle here, optimism. Okay, this is really boding well for you, Ox, and I'm happy because I'm an Ox. Hey, this is good, this. So, hexagram number 13 is heaven above, fire below. Now, in the little guidebook to the cards, we've got a signal fire burning under an open sky can be seen for miles if conditions are right. Such a fire will draw allies and kindred spirits. Congenial fellowship in public will attract more people to your cause. A diverse alliance that shares common goals can accomplish even the most difficult tasks. So there is saying that the signal is going out for you to And you may not have even put that signal out, but the signal is going out for people to join up with you and to bring their things with it. Now, in the Celestial Dragon I Ching, I didn't look this one up beforehand, it's called the Beloved. The sun and fire as lovers. Ah, yes, I've seen this one before. The young prince narrows his sight. All he can see is the radiant beauty of his lonesome bride as the monk submits to the will of the Creator. The power a woman gains over a man in the unfolding of love may be a necessary step in the cycle of creation. The wise man continues what he has started and contemplates a journey. So, you are continuing what you have started. You are surrendering yourself to the activity, the dream, the promise that you made, that you created. This is from you, and now you are surrendering yourself to the thing that you have been aiming to surrender yourself to all the way along. There are other people coming to help you, but now is very much a time of surrender and let things unfold. We have 2 extra cards fell out of the New Visions Tarot. King of Pentacles and Ace of Pentacles. So solid new beginning that you are in control of. Remember, the King of Pentacles is all that. You know, this house, car, clothes. So the King of Pentacles here is you being all that, in control of the project that you've wanted to be. To start with the King of Cups and end with the King of Pentacles, at no point do I feel that there's any sort of break in that energy. It's almost, if you look here, when we've got Activator Woman right in the middle here, that energy is being switched on, so it is being put into the material world, into I'm fighting to resist saying the real world, but yes, the real world, as opposed to just being a fanciful dream or a few doodles on a post-it pad. You know, it is actually something that is tangible. Now, we have, and I've not looked at this, but verse 58 from the Tao Te Ching. And bear in mind that I do feel that once you are set on this path, there is some form of opposition that you are naturally going to meet, but it's not a bad thing. You can blow it out of all proportion in your own mind. So this verse is called To Scrutinise the Politics. Let's see what sway it puts on this. When the government is unobtrusive, the people will be simple and honest. When the government is dictatorial, the people will be seized with panic. Fortune depends on misfortune. Misfortune is hidden in fortune. He who knows how to stay within the limits will not have misfortune. Correctness will lead to deceit. Good will lead to evil. Nothing can remain always the same. People have been confused by this since ancient times. This is why the sage behaves correctly without hurting others, behaves honestly without damaging others, behaves straightforwardly without vilifying others, behaves brightly without dazzling others. So this opposition that you are going to face, it's more important that you carry on doing what you was doing rather than wasting the time in fighting this opposition. The angels have awoken and they will be carrying out that fight for you. So when I say there's spiritual warfare around this, yes, but you don't have to join in. You just allow the current and the victories of that spiritual warfare to carry you along so that you can continue doing whatever it is that you are wanting to be doing in the first place. There is, on this bottom row, like I say, we were ending in a point of wisdom. There's a few lessons to be learned along the way. One, you've been working at this for so long, don't be bored. You are very nearly there. You're very nearly getting there. You have been nurturing it and you need to nurture it. So don't just turn around and go, oh, I've not succeeded yet, so I'm giving up. No, keep going. Definitely keep going. You may need to cut something out, is what the Queen of Swords here is saying. Or And I think it's a something rather than a someone. But that's immediately clarified by the Five of Pentacles, the kind of poverty and lack. And I think what that is telling me is that you need, when it becomes obvious, if there's something where it's totally obvious that you need to cut it out and you can't possibly lose it because it's essential to what you was doing, go with the first option and cut it out. Go with what the wisdom suggests. Because of all of these cards whatsoever, they all give it a positive ending. So even though you feel like, I can't really get rid of that, it's going to leave me without. No. Here in the Secret Tarot, Tarot of the New Vision, we are the other side of that church window, where someone has got, is receiving warmth, shelter, the guidance that is required. So they are in the right place. They are also, it looks to me, like they have a child on their lap and that they are nurturing that child. I can never quite see. These cards are so tiny. But it does look to me like there is a child on their lap. It's either that or a very strangely shaped rucksack. And I'm thinking that since they're sticking with the Rider-Waite theme, it's going to be a child. And that it is being dressed and cared for, now sheltered from the elements, now having a freedom within a greater confine. So 5 is a number of challenge, but it's a number of freedom. You know, freedom, you don't get freedom without challenge. So they have that challenge, they have that freedom, but they have that freedom within a larger confine, i.e. the walls of the church, because you don't want to go outside there. It's raining, it's cold, it's miserable. We can see that from the Rider-Waite deck. It's not nice out there. So whatever it is that your intuition is saying that you know you need to cut it out, even though part of you feels, oh my God, I can't do without this thing. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. So, there's nothing else to say here. This is a beautiful reading, Ox. Whatever your plans is that you've been working on for quite some time, stick at it. It's about to take off in spades. Okay, so if this means anything to you, Ox, please do comment down below. I know it certainly means something to me. So please do comment down below. It would be great to hear what you think of it, and that I'm not just doing a reading for myself as well, although I'm definitely buoyed by that idea. Yeah, and there will be more readings shortly. Well, work commitments aside, I will get the readings out when I can get them out. All right, cheers.